It's time to get that open top bus, but the streets of Ipswich are going to see it. The championship trophy is coming to town. Iain, Ipswich could be champions. How about that?
Just pinch myself because I can go back and say that when I looked at the fixtures and I said, there is every reason that come the end of the first week in March we could be top of the table. I parked that prediction after the last January's affair. But yeah, February's been a really good month for us, and with results on the weekend going our way, it looks good going into the next 2 weeks of football.
It's absolutely amazing for the neutral. And obviously, we're recording this before the midweek fixtures, so we don't know what's going on there. But Leicester go to Hull this weekend. They've already lost to Hull. You playing a Cardiff side who are on the beach as far as everything's concerned. They're just looking forward to playing Swansea next week. So potentially, the end of Saturday, we may see Ipswich Town top of the league. I mean, do you think it would be one of the biggest achievements in footballing history? I think it'd be bigger than Leicester winning the Premier League.
I think, not to discredit Norwich and Southampton, because they both did it as well. They both got promoted into the Championship and back-to-back promotions. But I just don't think, looking over the last 15, 20 years, there's been such a strong cohort of relegated Premier League teams. I think Leeds, Leicester and Southampton were very unlucky to get relegated. Obviously results are results. But it's probably the strongest three we've had in the Championship for a long time. And you kind of look at it every other year, you kind of have to bite the bullet and say, well, the three that got relegated are going to go back up, and then we'll wait till next year where we might have a chance. So hopefully we've kind of broken that kind of loop that happens every 2 years.
Okay. All right, talk us through then the Plymouth game for us. Cagey first half, not much in it, and then came alive second half.
Yeah, the weather was terrible. It was really, really wet. I mean, driving down first thing in the morning, we went through snow, lightning, hail, everything, and then beautiful sunshine. But it was really bad weather when we got down there. Plymouth came at us. It was a very, very even first half, probably all the way up to about the 55th minute, actually. Bit of luck with Connor Chaplin's goal, taking a really awkward deflection / own goal. At that point, though, that was it. I think game over. Plymouth heads dropped, and it was a case of did we get a second or a third, to be honest. And Kieffer Moore cemented his status as a new Ipswich idol with that second goal. So I think in the end it was a good professional performance. Did what we needed to do, and we got rid of the demons that were hanging over us from last year.
Yeah, it must have been not happy memories of Home Park from last year. As we pointed out on this channel last week, there's been a lot of report writing and comments on other channels about Kieffer Moore and him being the single reason why you found your form again. I mean, is it fair to say in mid-January you were struggling? Form wasn't great, wins weren't coming, goals weren't coming, and here we are. And what has he got? 5-6 goals, and it's not just his goal contribution, is it? It's his all-round contribution, dragging defenders away, link-up plays, assists. Do you put your turnaround in form down to him, or is there something else that's happened that's
it's crucial the way McKenna plays to have that big man sat there up front as a target man, and whoever that big man has to be a credible threat. I think we had Ladapo. He maybe wasn't as credible threat in Championship. When we brought Jackson into cover for George Hurst, again, he didn't have the height and presence that George Hurst had. Kieffer Moore does that. And what it's done is, yes, Kieffer Moore's managed to bag a few goals, but it's also given the space behind him for Connor Chaplin. And we've seen Connor Chaplin much more productive. We've also had Amari Hutchinson, who has not only come on as a substitute and performed well, but he's been able to step in for Wes Burns, who's been injured, and do that really, really well. So it's allowed the likes of Amari Hutchinson on the right and Samiento on the left. It's given them a bit more freedom with the ball because they're very expressive players. And that's probably the big change. McKenna hasn't changed his tactics, and some would argue he should have changed them in January when George Hurst was out and we hadn't secured Kieffer Moore, but stuck with them. Probably cost us a couple of points, I think, maybe. That's a debatable point. But certainly, yeah, when Kieffer Moore's come in, we're back to normal. We have that big man up front. And some would say he's an upgrade on Hurst. It's hard to say at the moment. I mean, when we've got them both fit, we'll see what happens.
Okay. All right, then let's get your score prediction then for the Cardiff game as you go on another long journey. It usually rains in Wales as well, doesn't it? So you,
yeah, I think Twansebe is settled in at right back now. I think he'll probably play again. I think he'll get rested tomorrow night. Obviously, in midweek we're not covering. So I think we could do another clean sheet, which would be good for the morale in the defence and for Václav Halatki. And yeah, 2-0, I think, on the road.
Okay. And a hard question, although I'm pretty sure you know it's going to come.
Well,
who's your player of the month for February?
I think it's probably surprising because it'd be easy to say Kieffer Moore because he has been a catalyst. But actually, for me, it has to be Omari Hutchinson because he has been instrumental in a number of goals and a number of attacking moves. He's obviously scored 2 absolutely crucial late goals, both in injury time against West Brom to get the draw, to get the win against Rotherham. You know, he's a young star that, of course, every time he has a great performance, his value goes up. And if Chelsea want to sell him to us at the end of the season, we're going to have to pay through the nose. But yeah, I mean, Kieffer Moore, he's picked a bad month to start really well because he's got Omari Hutchinson played out of his sock. So it's going to go to Omari.
All right, nice one. Thank you very much, Ian. And if you're an Ipswich Town fan and you haven't yet subscribed, please do so. Thank you so much to everyone who has done so far. We are, 70 subscribers away from 1,000. If you can help us get over that line this weekend, we will be really, really grateful. Thank you so much, Ian, and good luck to you against Cardiff.
Cheers. Thanks a lot, Mark.
Nice one.